Alright, we're back for another daily. We won the die roll. We're up against James B, who plays Delver. And we will keep. I like this hand. First turn Bogle, second turn Rancor, third turn Ancestral Mask. Should be a fairly difficult hand for Delver to beat. Let's see if he wants to daze Rancor here. Nope, it just takes the 3. Alright, so now he might be deciding whether he wants to play it. Maybe just do a Delver, maybe his Ponder and Preordain, and he's deciding which one he wants to use. Oh, we're still in his upkeep, so he hasn't drawn. Not sure why he would have a stop on his upkeep unless he wanted to have that prepared if he has a Delver out and a Brainstorm. I pulled his list up. I don't think he runs Brainstorm. Oh, he runs 2 Brainstorms, alright. 2 Brainstorms, 2 days, 3 Piracy Charms, 4 counter spells. Snap. Alright, we're looking at gonna go up against 3 Annul for post-sideboard games. And he's still sitting there. Annul is definitely a good card against us. We can, as we're very reliant on 3 mana enchantments, and he can have a 1 mana counterspell. I definitely prefer docking this thing to the right as opposed to either the left or the top or the bottom, which I've tried all of them and only docking it to the right looks correct. With my laptop here, you might hear a little smash sound. Alright, James, I'm not sure. I'm assuming maybe he had to take a bathroom break, maybe he was looking up our list. Plays Island, let's see, Cloud of Fairies, yep. And passes the turn. Alright, so we have options here. We can either attack with the Bogle, in which he'll block with the fairies, and we can try and play a Ledgewalker. But then we definitely risk having the Ledgewalker get countered. We can Ancestral Mask on the Bogle, but clearly it's possible that that gets countered. Or we can go for Krufux's Insight. I want to try for the mask because if he doesn't have the counter to this, it's pretty much good game. So he has the counter spell, so I do not even want to attack. If I attack, I just leave myself likely to get in 2 damage, lose my Bogle, and then if the Ledgewalker gets countered, I'd be in serious trouble. Alright, preordain. Let's see if he hits his third land drop. Bottom top. Alright, we'll play a forest, and now we can attack with the bogle, and if he blocks, that's fine because we'll be able to resolve the Ledgewalker and cast Rancor on it. So that's my play. Could go for the Krufix's Insight here. But I just feel trading the Bogle for the Cloud of Fairies and then getting the Ledgewalker would be decent. My opponent does not have a very powerful board state. He does run Piracy Charm, so I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to make us discard a card here. We'll obviously just discard the forest. I have to think that that's what he's thinking. Really, the only thing he can be thinking right now is if he should Piracy Charm me now or try and wait until later. These are a very nice land. I'm not sure if these are... I have the foil thing turned off. Alright, so yeah. Target player discards a card. Now we might lose this Krufix's Insight to another Piracy Charm. But if we do, it's still a 1-for-1 trade that cost our opponent 1 mana and cost us no mana. Alright, so I can try and run out Ethereal Armor, but that would leave me very vulnerable to a Spellstutter Sprite. So in that case, I will go for the Krufix's Insight. We only get one of the 3, but the rest of the cards here weren't going to be that exciting, so now we won't have to draw them. Cast Utopia Scrawl here. He Spellstutter Sprites this. That's fine, it means you won't have the Spellstutter Sprite for the Ethereal Armor. I still think he could have Spellstutter Sprite in his hand, so I'm not going to attack. He does have one more Piracy Charm in his deck, so the list that he runs has 2 in it, so I think that, oh, he runs 3 Piracy Charms. So, guess that has to do with how likely is he to have that last, one of the other 2 Piracy Charms to make us discard Ethereal Armor. Alright, so now I will cast Ethereal Armor. And if this gets countered with a spell stutter strike, each ancestral mass will resolve. You would have to have 2 days to stop this. Alright, so now we have a 7/5 trample hexproof creature, so he's at 8. He brings in a ninja here, which it looks like it's going to happen. That pretty much eats up his entire turn now, even if he plays an island. Island Delver. Not gonna do you much good. Because we're gonna have a 9/5, so we win this turn. And a 9/7. 9/7 trample. So now we get 2 chances of beating his deck with 3 annuls in it now. So we bring in these archers. And I think we should bring in some Gleeful Sabotagers. 4 Spire Golems, 2 Husk, and a Bone Splitter. Do I think he'd be siding those out? If I were him, what would I side out? Probably the Snaps. And maybe Piracy Charm, just because discard isn't that great against us. So I'll try bringing in 2 Gleeful Sabotage. Alright, let's see if, what do I want to take out? I will take out 2 Bogles. I did bring in 3 archers, so I don't want to overload this deck on creatures. And what else should we take out here? And take out a Rancor. And I'll only bring in 1 Gleeful Sabotage. Alright, so we're at 61 cards. Now what else do I want to take out? Also running a 61 card deck is an option. I'll take out 1 Abundant Growth. Alright, let's see how that works. Well, he seems to be taking his time here deciding how he wants to board. I pretty much would imagine it would just be bringing in 3 annuls. Maybe Echoing Truth for enchantments. I'll keep it. It's a 1-lander, so we really need to resolve this Utopia Sprawl. So I have the options of going for the first turn Glade Cover Scout or the first turn Utopia Sprawl. And let's see. I'm actually going to go for the Utopia Sprawl just because I have 3 creatures and I only need to resolve one of them, but I definitely needed to resolve this Utopia Sprawl. So I'm not going to do anything. I believe my opponent plays a Spellstutter Sprite, so I want to wait until I can do 2 things at once. Preordain. So hopefully we just draw a forest here. Cloud of Fairies. Alright, so if this gets Spellstutter Sprited, that's obviously not ideal, but we can recover. If it doesn't, we'll get to draw a card and get us closer to a land. So he's definitely deciding on whether or not he wants to counter this. He might even have a null. He does counter it, but I definitely believe he has counter of some sort in his hand. Alright, still can't get land number 2. Alright, time to discard. I can discard either Commune with the Gods or Abundant Growth. I think I want to go with Commune with the Gods here. It just costs more mana. Out comes a Spire Golem while holding up Counterspell Magic, more mana. And still not at 2 mana. I mean, maybe I should have chosen green for that. That would have been better for us. Then we would be able to play 2 Gladecover Scouts. Alright, that's fine. That gets Spellstutter Sprited. But now he has 4 power on board, so we really need to draw a second land if we want to be able to play Magic. And here's a Ninja. Alright, there's land number 2. Here's a Spellstutter Sprite. Ledgewalker resolves. Right. No point in chump blocking, as that's just admitting defeat. Our opponent has 6 power on board, so he's not currently representing. Boy. Yeah, we can't win this. So that's a new card in his sideboard. We might have been able to win that if we didn't draw so poorly before. So now we'll bring in all the Gleeful Sabotages. And let's just take out 2 Bogles. Bogle, Bogle. We still have 14 creatures. And I will submit this. I can't imagine that our opponent is changing his sideboard plan. Seems to have a pretty good sideboard plan, so I'm not sure what he's doing now. That certainly is a good card against us. Makes all of our relevant cards cost an extra 2 mana each turn to keep. Alright, so this we will get a turn 1 archer, which he really, without snap, it will make things very difficult for him. I would imagine he likely sided out snap. So we're looking at turn 1 archer, turn 2 abundant growth, and hopefully we'll be able to drop an ancestral mask or an armadillo cloak if we draw another mana source. Delver of Secrets. Alright, so I could just throw out the Ledgewalker to have our Hexproof guy resolve unless he has a daze. So I'll do that. You can only counter this now with daze. So that resolved. And I might as well, I can swing or I can hold him back. What would I? I'll hold him back just in case the Delver doesn't flip. Alright, Delver has a triggered ability on his upkeep, which is causing the computer to freeze. Alright, Delver does not flip now, but Brainstorm says that Delver is definitely going to flip next turn. Rotting Coral Nets, even though most of my guys have Hexproof. I can discard a card or I can sacrifice the Archer. Let's see here. What value does the Archer have compared to the value of the cards in my hand? If I was going to discard a card, it would be Abundant Growth, which will draw me a card. I think I'm going to just let the Archer die then. Alright, play Abundant Growth. We'll swing in for one with the Ledge Walker. Opponent might be trying to block, not realizing Ledge Walker can only be blocked by creatures with flying. And now I will play a Glade Core Scout. Alright, so we have a bunch of 3-drops in our hand now. So at least our drops are larger than what can be countered by a Spellstutter Sprite. Unless he plays another Cloud of Fairies here. Alright, so now he does not have Counterspell Magic up unless it's going to be a null. He decides not to attack. And I will try running out an Aura Gnarlid here. It just resolves, and I will pass the turn. I think he definitely has some Spire Golems in hand. Alright, he hit his 3rd land now, so now he gets to hold up Counterspell Magic. Alright, so now I can either try running out another Aura Gnarlid, or I can run out an enchantment. I think whatever I run out now will definitely get countered, and I think this redundant Aura Gnarlid is not as useful, so I will let this draw out a counterspell. And it just resolves, so maybe he realizes that it isn't as useful, or maybe he doesn't have the counter and he's holding the enchantment that will make our enchantments cost more that he would play now. Alright, Ethereal Armor can get easily countered by a Spellstutter Sprite. And he has the mana to go Counterspell Spellstutter Sprite as well. But I think I have to do something here. So I will try Ancestral Mask on the Ledge Walker. He's going to play 2 Spellstutter Sprites. And that counters that. Alright, so now I will throw down Ethereal Armor, but the question is, who do I want to target? I can either target an Aura Gnarlid or a Ledge Walker. If I target the Ledge Walker, it will make it a 3/3. So if I attack with everything, he can block with everything, and my Ledge Walker will die. If I play it on the Aura Gnarlid, it will be... I'm going to play it on the Aura Gnarlid because it will let me attack now. And the problem is, it is still vulnerable to things like Snap and Coral Net. So I'm attacking for 10 here. He can't block me. He'll go down to 9. And he'll have to have some form of bounce in his hand to win. And he plays another fairy. That's ideal. Now he only has 3 other cards in his hand. Alright, the Aura Flux we can actually pay for all of our enchantments, and he only has 1 mana, so I'm not sure what that would be that would let him pull this game out. Maybe if it's a Piracy Charm, you can Piracy Charm his Delver of Secrets, and then he'll be able to block this Aura Node. I will pay for both of these. Let's see if he Piracy Charms his Insect Aberration, or if he has some other trick up his sleeve that I'm unaware of. This Aura Flux is definitely a good sideboard card. And that is round 1. So we get the win round 1, and we were able to fight through Aura Flux. So that feels good. Hopefully I will see you in round 2.